Okay, so this reading is for NBA player Anthony Edwards. Now, listen, Spirit was like, do a reading for him. I'm going to tell you, first of all, right in my meditation, I saw the movie The Princess and the Frog. And what I heard from that or felt from that is that love will come to you eventually. There will be a real love, or love will come to you, but you're so young that right now it's like a journey. And it's almost like the princess and the frog, kind of like, in order to find your princess, you got to go through all of these different types of journeys. And once you finally break this quote unquote trauma, or like whatever you got going on, anxiety, stress, trauma surrounding relationships, once you break that, you will become the man you're supposed to become for the princess you're supposed to be. So the princess and the frog. Right now, baby, you're the frog and you got a lot of princesses around you, but the problem is it's like a lot that you have to go through to discover yourself and become the man that you're supposed to be. So that there's that. And I think that probably has to do with you having like multiple women, multiple children, whatever the case is, but also that stems from I believe childhood trauma. And then the reason I say that is because the first card that came out was the moon card. And what I acknowledge or notice in this card is I feel like this here is Anthony Edwards in the middle, and there's two significant people or multiple people that were lost or were not around, and this caused some type of trauma. And so what this is talking about is that you need to do a lot of shadow work, or Anthony Edwards, he needs to do a lot of shadow work. He needs to go beyond, below the surface, dive down deep and resolve any like inner issues that he has. He needs to separate reality from irrational thoughts. So being impulsive and reckless and irrational comes from insecurities due to childhood trauma. And once you confront those and face those, you can start establishing reality from projected insecurities, trauma, things like that. Because you're causing that onto other scenarios and people in your life. So I'm gonna just say that I feel like you have childhood issues that go back. It could involve two people or multiple people, but because of those issues, you are the princess and the frog, and you are the frog where you've got a lot of inner work and shadow work, and you've got some things to deal with, and you're not going to become the prince until you find the quote unquote voodoo master who can switch you back to the prince. But that's going to take a while, and until then you're going to come across princess after princess, but it's never going to be what it needs to be until you can resolve those issues. So sorry about that, but yeah, that's kind of deep. All right, what else? Also, maybe Princess and the Frog is an important movie in your life. Maybe for some reason that movie resonates with him. But that's what I got from that. All right, Anthony Edwards, NBA player. Let's see what else. What other messages does Spirit have for you? What other messages does Spirit have for Anthony Edwards? All right, positive movement forward. Now, this card has the number 8, so 8 or the month of August could be a significant or important month for you. Maybe the number 8 resonates with a birthday, an anniversary, the month someone passed away, someone important's birthday. 8 or the month of August could be important for you. However, positive movement forward. So there's some part of your life that is going to start moving forward in a positive direction. Now, this could be with career, this could be with love, this could be with relationships, whatever it is, it will start to move forward for you. However, I feel like there's some inner work, some inner healing that has to be done first or addressed. You have to dive down deep and take a look at your shadow side, what's causing like these insecurities. And you can sit up here and say, I'm not insecure, I'm a basketball player, I got money, I'm rich, I'm this, I'm that. No, we all have insecurities. Yours could be stemming from childhood. Or again, it could have to do with something with two other people, possibly the loss or the breakdown of a relationship, or the loss of a relationship or a friendship or a family member. But this comes from early childhood, and it needs to be addressed in order for your ship to sail and move forward. All right, let's see if there's anything else Spirit wants to talk about for you, for Anthony Edwards. Let's see, anything else Spirit wants to talk about for you. All right, that card fell on the ground. All right. Meditation, you need to clear your headspace. And again, that goes back to that card. It's like you need to clear your headspace. You need to separate reality from insecurities, from projections, from just separate reality from what's not real and what is real. The people that are around you, you need to choose better. You need to pick better people, support yourself, and have people around you that are better. Again, that plays on your insecurities, knowing to being the ability to see through. You're projecting, oh, this person is this way or this person is that way because of your own insecurities or your own trauma, but you have to start seeing people for who they truly are. Sometimes we have to take a little break, a mental break, and be by ourselves and surround ourselves in silence to figure out or hear the answers, to get the answers to what we need. We have to go deeper. Hey, multiple women and multiple children, it's great, you got the money, you can afford it, but in hindsight, what is the need for that? Or what is the reason for the lack of control? Where is that insecurity coming from? And also making sure you're clearing out the people around you and you're weeding them out, and you're looking at them better. Like you're doing a better job of detecting, should this person be in my circle or not? All right, let's see. Any last messages? And these two cards literally just fell. All right, it said the past is behind you. Release it and embrace new possibilities. A new path is available to you if you follow it with faith. See what I said? Spirit said, look, your past is behind you. You cannot change the past. However, you are the one who controls your future. So stop doing what you're doing and start putting things into perspective. Stop involving yourself with people who are having people in your circle where they're not being their true authentic selves. You got to start seeing through the bullshit. And that's how you get this positive movement forward. Remembering that the past you cannot change. It happened. Use it to move yourself forward. The last card is imagine all unwanted thoughts dissolving into light, creating room for new opportunities and possibilities. See, I think Spirit is telling you, baby, you got to move forward in a different direction, a better direction, but that's going to require you to isolate yourself. Stop trying to surround yourself with people that are not necessarily in your best interest. You need to go within and heal whatever trauma or relationships or abandonment issues you might have from childhood, so that going forward you make smarter decisions, and going forward you're not projecting your own insecurities and your own trauma onto other people in other situations, and you're calling in healthier situations. Remember, you want to go back to being the prince. You don't want to be the frog forever. So that's what I got for Anthony Edwards of the NBA.